I'd like to start off this new segment of the channel with a little history of sorts. For those of you unfamiliar, this is a fan channel that is mostly dedicated to highlighting the hijinks of one sultry seductress in purple spandex. And yeah, I am down with the thickness. For the better part of my youth, I'm 26 now, I idolized comic book superheroes, Batman and the Uncanny X-Men being among my favorites. But with time comes changes, as most young boys can attest to. Innocence gives way to raging hormones, and it wasn't long before my interest in superheroes, specifically the ladies, evolved into something more than mere admiration. Alicia Silverstone in Batman and Robin was likely the tip of that iceberg.
Suit me up, Uncle Alfred.
Anyways, as I got older, my internet privileges expanded beyond the kiddie pool. Before long, I was spending weekday afternoons with one eye on my grade school studies and the other one looking up sexy cosplayers to swoon over. And it was one of those fine afternoons, during that sweet spot when I could pretend the house was mine, that I just so happened upon an image of Tracy Jordan's Bat Tracy. Now, I've never walked a mile in her shoes. In fact, I really don't have an understanding as to what it takes, both emotionally and physically, to venture into and sustain employment in such a line of work. I do know I wouldn't have the balls to do it. I mean that both figuratively and literally. I would imagine it takes a certain level of self-acceptance and comfort to stand before a camera week in and week out, oftentimes with little to nothing on. Some may see this as an easy way to make money, and after a bit of digging, I found that Tracy Jordan charges upwards to about $100 an hour, a modest rate when compared to other women of the industry. But with every passing year, as bodies begin to sag, I can only imagine those premium prices also start sagging. And before long, we're seeing your content pop up in the mature sections of seedy internet sites. What started as a few fan service edits has now evolved into tiny, transformative passion projects aimed at reimagining the original content, reconstituting it until a fresh, cohesive idea is born. In fact, the content on this channel is hardly an accurate representation of the original footage used to create it. Which brings me to the central focus of this episode: Outside the Frame, breaking down the adventure. Outside the Frame aims to showcase some of the various creative, and I use that term really loosely, elements that are implemented in this content. Today, we're going to discuss repurposing. Those of you who have been around a bit probably noticed that there are several portions of content that I favor for certain situations. Allow me to give you some examples. When Batgirl needs to access the Bat computer interface, it is far more favorable to have a linking portion of content that allows me to illustrate that she's accessing her tech. Having the interface just appear is much less convincing. For now, I have at the very most 4 to 5 different ways to accomplish that. In the video clip, Bat Tracy is tickle-trapped, one of my favorites. There is a portion of content in which Barbara is seen using her phone. Now, in context, this is a phone call from a character named Crystal, who is informing Tracy Jordan's character of some hijinks. However, The action of Barbara reaching for and then momentarily looking at her phone serves as a linking portion of content that opens the door to a number of alternative possibilities, one of which includes accessing the Bat computer interface. Another clip, entitled Bat Her Up, has a portion of content in which Batgirl is seated before a laptop, with the context of this clip being that she's at a villain's hideout looking for incriminating files. However, the action of Batgirl sitting at a computer again acts as a linking portion of content and paves the way for a number of alternative possibilities, one of which includes Batgirl accessing the Bat computer interface. This portion of content is used in various episodes throughout the channel and often serves as a plot-building Kickstarter. Similarly, when I need Barbara to communicate with friends and family via text message, linking portions of content, like the one mentioned earlier, make it possible. After Barbara completes the motion of lifting the phone to her face, I take care of the rest with a poor man's interpretation of a smartphone text messaging app. I figure when we get Emmy-worthy performances such as this...
The Emmy for Supporting Actress in a Drama Series goes to...
I'm looking for Batgirl.
Well, you can't have her. She is online.
Hello? That doesn't look like... That... She looks like Batgirl to me!
I might as well match the effort. In an early stab of using this technique, I had someone send Barbara a video which she then watched from the comfort of her couch. The importance of learning to repurpose when reimagining content is similar to asking a mother who's living on a really fixed income how far she can stretch $1 in the kitchen. A simple tortilla can quickly become a taco under the right circumstances. A simple tortilla, when added to a skillet of hot oil, can quickly become a tostada. Take 2 tortillas and melt some cheese between them, and you've got a quesadilla. Learning how to repurpose a portion of content, seeing it not for what it is, but for what it can become, serves as a useful trick in terms of longevity. My only caution is to try and avoid burning people out on the same clip too many consecutive times. Like I said before, I have at most 4 to 5 different ways to accomplish the goal, so I implement a healthy rotation. So that pretty much wraps up the episode. I hope you took something away from this little segment of Outside the Frame. Depending on the future of this channel, I do hope to post more segments like this where I can break down some of the distinguishing factors between the original content and the filtered down content seen on this channel. Thanks for watching.